Hello everyone. In this video, I will be discussing a more sensitive topic, that topic being weight and disordered eating. So, you may not know it if you've only seen recent photos of me, but throughout my life, as a child up until adulthood, I grew up overweight. I grew up binge eating all my life. I did nothing but eat and eat and eat. It was how I solved my boredom. It was how I felt better about myself. It was how I felt better about everything else. So to cope with everything, I just ate. I ate a lot. And that still is something I have an issue with, but I'm currently medicated for this problem. And sometime around early adulthood, specifically the age 17, is when I went from 180 pounds at 5 feet 2 inches to nearing 110 pounds at that same height. Now, I did not lose this weight by starving myself. I did not go months without eating. I lost this weight over a span of 6 or so months, so it was not unhealthily fast. It was a very normal rate of weight loss, and it was a weight that I needed to lose anyway. Now, I'm not positive, but I have noticed that around the time I lost this weight or began losing it, I developed other symptoms. My symptoms included more unstable behavior, increased anxiety. I noticed my heart rate was much faster. The average it was at was above 110 beats per minute, when the goal you're supposed to be at is 60 to 80, I believe. There were other issues, but these are the biggest things that I had noticed. And only recently, in my 20s, have I found out that I experience hyperthyroidism, meaning my thyroid, the organ in my neck, creates too much thyroid hormone rather than hypothyroidism, which often causes weight gain, in which your thyroid is not producing enough hormone. So, we're gonna skip past this as it wasn't found out till later, and we're going to instead focus on the fact that my body image became totally skewed at the point of me losing weight. After I lost 65 pounds, I had noticed I had been forming an obsession with my weight and losing it more and more. This did not start until after I lost the entire 65 pounds. I was not aiming to lose weight when I lost that. I didn't do anything intentionally to lose that. But what happened was I lost it. For one reason or another, it was gone. And after it was gone, I began to see myself the way most teenage girls would when it comes to their bodies, and I developed severe body dysmorphia. Now, I had never experienced this type of body trouble before. I had never had an issue with my body before losing weight, despite growing up fat and just chubby. I had never thought my weight was an issue enough to get upset about it. But once it was all gone, there was only one thought in my mind, and that was that I need to get thinner. And that I need to lose more weight. I need it gone. And I honestly have no idea what started this obsession. I really wish it hadn't started, because over the last 5 years since I lost the weight, I have been nothing short of miserable concerning my weight. I haven't gained it back. I've stayed around the same weight. But my obsession with losing has remained. Regardless, I can't bring myself to lose any weight as much as I try. And this honestly kind of crushes my soul, even though I know it shouldn't. I don't have these views for anyone but myself. I honestly think everyone else should be eating as much as they want, as much as they need. They can be whatever weight, as long as it's not causing any health issues. I was clinically obese at 180 pounds, but it was not causing me any health issues that I was aware of. I was at no risk of diabetes or anything. So, in my case, if I had been another person, I would have been totally fine with that. I would have been like, live your life, do what you want, especially if it makes you happy. But no, that was me, and the fact that I was like that kind of terrifies me, because I'm terrified of looking that way again. I'm terrified of gaining weight. And because of this, I have issues eating. Whether it be I restrict out of fear, or I binge to make myself feel better. Regardless, I end up feeling pretty bad about it in the end, which is exactly why I am medicated for this issue. This issue has been quite severe for me. In the past, it has led up to something as bad as cutting, self-harm, and I don't want that to continue. So because of this, I stay medicated. I request medication from my doctors. I explain to them the situation. They understand. I emphasize how serious it is for me. I emphasize just how much damage it is doing to me. And with that, they just have no choice but to see where I'm coming from, basically. So, for people who have a similar issue to myself, who have no impulse control for whatever reason, personally, I experience borderline personality disorder, which may also be the cause of my binging habits, because I have very poor impulse control. I would suggest you seek someone out, be it a therapist, someone who can tell you what behaviors you need to adjust and how to adjust them, or seek a psychiatrist who can prescribe you medication that can help you maintain healthy eating habits. In the end, you shouldn't be focusing on losing weight unless it's vital to your health. You shouldn't be focused on looking more attractive to other people. You should be focused on living your happiest and your healthiest at the same time. I only stay on these amphetamines because without them, I find myself miserable. I find myself breaking down, crying, on the verge of relapsing with self-harm. And that's no way to live. If you have habits similar to mine in the past, you certainly should seek out help, be it from a therapist, psychiatrist, maybe medical doctor of another sort. But I know just how crushing it is to deal with weight problems and disordered eating. I've been officially diagnosed with binge eating disorder. So that is why I'm treated for it. I make it very clear how much distress it puts me in, and I have the diagnosis that goes along with this distress. Because you can't be diagnosed with binge eating disorder without having that regret in you, the distress that comes with binge eating. Because the disorder alone is not just eating a lot, it comes with feeling a deep, deep shame in yourself for acting on those binge urges. Now, my advice would be to maintain your health in any way you can. Do not abuse medications of any sort in order to maintain a low weight if that is not a healthy weight, if it is not keeping you healthy. Do not abuse medication of any sort for any reason. You need to be using it for its purpose. And basically, don't hate yourself for your weight like I have and I do. You need to find value in yourself because you inherently have it, regardless of how big you might be right now, before, in the future. Just try to be healthy. And thin doesn't necessarily mean healthy. Thin can be healthy. Fat can be healthy. Both can be pretty unhealthy. Usually you want something in between. So, thank you for listening. Goodbye.